Make more sales by simplifying their choices. If you're selling multiple products on your website, or offering multiple options when customers buy your products, you run the risk of confusing your customers, and confused customers won't buy. Anytime you give your website visitors a choice, make sure you also give them very clear directions on how to make the best choice for their circumstances. Here's a story that illustrates this point. When Sheena Iyengar, now professor of business at the Columbia Business University, was a graduate student in 1995, she conducted a social psychology experiment about choice. She asked a supermarket store manager to set up a kiosk outside his store, with samples of different jams. She then conducted 2 versions of the experiment, one with 24 varieties of jam on display in the kiosk, and another with just 6. She discovered shoppers were more attracted to the display of 24 jams, because it looked more interesting. But when it came to actual purchases, they were 10 times more likely to buy when they had only 6 choices. At first glance, this doesn't make sense, because logic says additional choices can't make things any worse, because we still have all the original options from which to choose. However, people's emotions get the better of them, and decision-making becomes more complicated because we agonize over the right decision, look for even more choices, aren't as happy with our eventual choice, experience more regret and remorse after choosing, and sometimes don't even make a choice at all because it's all too hard, so giving people more choice isn't always a good thing. Sometimes, as the research shows, increasing options reduces the likelihood of taking action. The same applies on your website. If you only offer one product or service, and don't give the customer any options for ordering it, you don't need to worry about confusing them with too many choices. However, most websites offer multiple products, or multiple options when ordering the products. In this case, you do face the risk of confusing your website visitor. Here are 5 ways to minimize their confusion and increase your sales. Point 1. Offer fewer products. Consider whether you're offering too many products or perhaps too many variations of a few core products. It might be possible to combine some products or even eliminate some altogether. This is the strategy Steve Jobs adopted when he returned to the helm at Apple, simplifying their offerings to just a few products. It not only makes it easier for your customers, it can also simplify your internal operations. Point 2. Offer fewer product options. You really need to offer 3 bulk ordering discount options, and 2 postage and shipping rates, and an option for gift wrapping, and 3 insurance options? It might seem helpful to offer your customers as many options as possible, but this can sometimes confuse them. Customers generally want their online ordering process to be as simple as possible, and only a few will appreciate having all these options available. It's far better to offer fewer options, either by eliminating some or by bundling them together. Point 3. If you must give them choices, give them guidance as well. When you give them multiple choices, explain which one choice is the most appropriate for them, depending on their circumstances. For example, if you have never joined a gym before, we recommend you choose the first-timers plan. If you want delivery by Christmas, tick the express post option on the order form. If you live in Sydney, join the live program, otherwise, join the virtual program. 4. Don't distract them during the sale. When somebody visits your website, they might visit a number of other pages before they end up on a product page. But when they get to that page, keep them there. Don't send them off to other pages that could potentially distract them. For example, if you want to show a testimonial for your product, show it on that page itself rather than sending them to a separate testimonials page. Point 5. Create separate websites for each product. You can take this even one step further by creating a separate website for each product, or at least, for each of your core products. This ensures that everything on each website can be about that product alone, and it prevents your website visitor becoming distracted or confused.